So ladies, listen, if you know how to braid, all you need to know how to do is plait your hair. If you can plait your hair, you can create this natural set of looking locks right here. It's very simple. All right, everyone, so this is Simone. I am back to inspire you and show you how to create this natural false locks. Now, I did speak to a couple ladies and I did promise you that I will create this tutorial specifically for you, where I'm actually giving you details on how to create this natural look of locks without having to stress yourself out. It is relatively easy, and I'm going to demonstrate to you. So as far as removing the false locks, you just basically have to find your natural hair, separate it from the false locks itself, and as you can see, I've done that. Find the root where there's a little knot at the top, kind of create a space in between that, if you can see that. And then where the false locks ends, just open that up and pull it through the loop. Once you do that, you're able to separate it from your natural hair, and there you go. So this is the front of my hair here. And all you have to do is unbraid it. This is when you're ready to shampoo your hair. You unbraid it. And this is a very important tip. So once you have removed your braids, it is very important that you comb out each strand and remove all the dead hair before you shampoo. If you do shampoo your hair prior to removing the dead strands, and remember, you lose at least 60 to 100 strands per day. So if you do not shampoo your hair and leave those dead strands in your hair, chances are your hair is going to tangle up tremendously and it's going to knot, and you're going to have the most aggravating time trying to remove those knots, and you may get frustrated and pull your hair out. And as far as growing your hair and creating that healthy head of natural beauty, you're going to feel like a natural pissed off chick, okay? So my recommendation is to definitely comb out each strand with a wide tooth comb, or you can remove a few strands at a time, and you comb that out with a wide tooth comb to remove all the dead strands prior to shampooing it. So let's fast forward and pretend that your hair is already cleaned and you're now starting your whole head of false locks all together. What I generally do is start at the base right here, and I work my way up on both sides, and then I finish the back. Or you can start from the back and work your way up to the front. But for me, I start with the front, and then I use the finish off in the center and ensure that this area is a filler and covers all the little areas. Another trick that I use so that I do not make it so full is that I use my partings in a checkerboard pattern. So for instance, if I make a square here and another square here, then my square on the second row is going to fall in the center of those two squares. By doing so, you eliminate the excess bulk. And I don't know if you ever see people walking around with their hair, and people always say, but yours looks so natural. And I think the reason why it looks so natural is because it doesn't look excessively bulky. So this is a great technique to use if you're trying to keep that natural look and eliminate that bulk. So let's dive right into the false locks and how my method and what the method that I use. So basically, I start out by braiding the hair. So if you can braid the hair or your hair, then you can create this style. Very simple. Now I do leave a little bit of room towards the root because this particular false locks is a little bit thicker than the average false locks, which is here. And the length that I'm using today, which has a natural curl pattern on the end, is 14 inches. This is also, I think this is 16 inches. And the brand that I use here is called Free Tress. Free Tress, if you see that in Free Tress braids. And it costs, I can't remember, but I'm assuming this costs around $6 or something like that a pack. Some of them may run $8, but it's somewhere in there. Sometimes they have sales, but anyways. So what I try to do, because this is a thicker false locks, you want to leave some buffer at the base, because then if you don't leave the buffer, then it's actually going to be too tight at the root, and then it will apply too much tension on your natural hair. So you're basically gonna braid it. Now let me slow down so that you can see. And what I do, I braid it to at least maybe about 2 or 3 inches down from the base. From that point, I transition into a 2-strand twist. And I like to use the rope twist method, which is basically twisting the hair and then twisting those twists together. Twisting the hair, so you're rolling the separate sides and then you're twisting them together. If you don't know how to do that method, then the regular 2-strand twist should work. But I like to use this method because it actually locks the hair in and I don't have to worry about it unraveling. But prior to doing that, I apply my oils. I make some customized oils for my hair, which actually protects it while I'm wearing the false locks. So if it's exposed to the elements, exposed to whatever, then I know that my hair is protected while I'm wearing the style. If you want to find out more about those products and how to order them, definitely inbox me and I can give you the details about that. The next step here is to find the loop in the false locks, which is at the very end, and use a what is this called? I forgot what this tool is called. It's called a, oh Lord, I don't remember. Look for it in the store. It's like a wand. It'll come to me. But anyways, you want to insert that in the center of your braid. See it right there. And then you want to hook that to the end of your false locks right here. Close the loop and then you pull it to the other side. Notice that? Pull through the other side. Once you do that, you open up that loop and you pull it, interlock. Oh, that's what it's called, interlock needle. And you pull it to the other side. Once you pull it to the other side, you notice that there are 2 separate braids here. And what I do is find the direction of the interlock. This is very important because if you wind it in the opposite direction, then it's actually going to unwind the interlock. You don't want to do that. You want to ensure that the direction of the interlock actually is consistent with closing it up versus opening that interlock twist. So basically I find the base of my hair and I use the interlock hair to wrap around the base of my natural hair, and I follow that all the way down. See, unravel the interlock just slightly enough to cover my own hair. See that? I unravel it enough, just enough to cover the base of my hair. And I use that technique all the way through until I completely cover my own hair. See that? It's very simple. And you can reuse your hair. So if you're comfortable reusing hair, all you have to do once you remove it, and if the hair is still in good condition, you just shampoo. As you get to the end, sometimes I just wrap the very thin parts of my hair around the hair, or I lock my hair, hide my hair inside it. Another thing that you can do, you can kind of pull this hair down and make sure that it travels all the way through. Now if you notice, if you see my hair right there, parts of it kind of protrudes out, and that's what gives my technique more of a natural feel. And you do want to make sure is that your hair itself is longer than the interlock hair, because you don't want your natural hair to kind of protrude towards the ends. Now what you would notice that, with my lock, you'll see my natural hair twined in around it. Well, eventually with this method, it actually unravels a little bit and it winds itself around your interlock hair, and it gives it a more natural appeal. And that's why it's important to apply the hair protection and moisture oils prior to applying it, because sometimes the hair does come out and you do want to protect your style and protect your natural hair while you wear this look. Now what I love about this style is that it's very versatile. I can wear it anywhere actually. I can dress it up and dress it down. It's a perfect workout do if you're like me who loves to work out, but my hair is natural and I do not want to deal with the puff every day. This is one of my go-to styles that I'm actually loving. I've been wearing this style for about, I don't know, maybe the last 6 or 8 months now, something like that, on and off. I switched this in between my natural hair, my natural 2-strand twist, And then I'll also blow my hair out when I'm ready. Another time I will twist it back in my 2-strand twist, take it loose, rod it up, you name it. But at the end of the day, if you're looking for something relatively simple that you can do on your own, you don't necessarily have to go to a salon, but if you need to, there are many stylists out there that can do this hairstyle. And there's tons of brands out there, but the one that I have used is Retress. This one in particular is 14 inches. It's very heavy compared to the lighter version, which is thinner, and you can actually feel the weight. But I've been loving this one. It wasn't one that I was actually going to try. It was all I had, and then I found that I actually like it. So that's it, everybody. So that's it today on my quick tutorial and how to create your natural faux locs. It's very simple. It's a perfect style if you're on the go. There's tons of things that you can do in it. So I tend to pull it up sometimes if I want to do something different. It's also great if I want to work out. If I'm going to bed, I don't necessarily cover it. In fact, I don't cover it at all. I just go to sleep. The only time that I will do something, I will wear like a twistier to kind of pull it up out my way, because sometimes the hair does wrap around my neck when I get hot or something like that. But other than that, I just really go. I live. This is a perfect style to work out. Perfect style if you're like this weekend we did the Sister Thread event. I didn't have to worry about the weather. I didn't have to worry about my hair poofing. And as if you're like myself, I have natural hair, so this is like a breath of fresh air for me right now. So I hope you enjoy this quick tutorial. It's something that you can do. It's something that I know you enjoy. I love this style. It makes me feel so sexy and natural. It looks very, very natural. In fact, you really can't tell that it's not my natural hair. And I think one of the main reasons for that is because I don't necessarily try to protect it. I just wear it and I sleep, and if it ruffles up, it ruffles up. In fact, the older you wear this hair, the longer you wear this hair, the older it looks and the better and more natural it looks. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Subscribe to my page, Simone Inspires, where I am always going to inspire you on how to look and live your best life one day at